All right, so it's time for your surprise. I want you to look at it.
Okay.
With your eyes. Use your special eyes. There's the song Magnum Bullets by Nightrunner, featuring none other than Dan Avidan from Ninja Sex Party.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Now, Adrian, have you seen that before, actually?
I have not.
Okay, cool. I wanted that to be a surprise for Adrian because that was animated by our very good friends, Doig and Swift.
Doig and Swift.
From Knights of the Light Table as well. What did you think of the animation?
Very, very cool. I'll tell you, I got the hint that it was definitely had something to do with Doig and Swift.
Yeah.
Because some moments resembled the
Starlight
Brigade.
Yes, it does.
So
very, very cool though.
Very, very cool.
It's
so beautiful.
For anybody who doesn't know, Doig and Swift, India and Michael, total legends. We got to meet them.
Yes.
And the animated Starlight Brigade video. for
Got to
twerp.
have coffees with them.
Yes, and they also did this, so definitely go check it out.
Check out the
Nightrunner,
video. It's gorgeous.
Magnum Bullets. It's on the Game Grumps channel. It's featuring Dan, and it is so cool. Knights of the Light Table, super shout out because you have gorgeous animations. Welcome to the FDL Podcast.
Welcome.
We're back.
We're on episode 9.
Episode 9. You can only find it on YouTube, baby.
Only on
Only on
YouTube,
YouTube.
because every other platform wants to charge us a lot of money to put our podcasts up. So this is why we're here.
We're here because it's free until YouTube decide otherwise. But yes, we've been kind of AFK
We've
for a
been
while.
AFK for the last while. Yeah, I guess we've been working on new music. We've actually furnished off some new tracks. We've 4 exactly, to be precise. 4 new tracks furnished, completely varnished, as the fellow would say. And
Furnished, varnished. We're also opening a DIY store.
yeah,
in
we're
local town.
carpenters here. But yeah, I mean, Adam, how excited are you for the forthcoming future?
Very, very exciting. Probably the biggest piece of news, aside from the fact that we've been recording and writing, is that we are now getting on board with a PR, public relations company. We don't want to say too much because as of right now, we're kind of in discussions, but it's looking very, very positive. Yeah. Because I think I can speak for both of us, Adrian, when I say that social media is not our strong point.
It's not our strong point. I guess on our socials, I'd like to think anyway that me and Adam, we do like to make a good, let's say, anything we post, we don't want to make something for the sake of making it. So everything we put up, we always put a bit of thought into, and we try our best to come across as really well,
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to do anything that's going to
put us out of our comfort zone, and we're kind of like, oh god, this isn't just us, But
as well as that, it's because it's not, I guess, in our personal life, and I'd like to think this is for a lot of even musicians out there, or even just the creative kind, which is odd because social media platforms, that's your best place to do it if you're in the creative market, is that you don't really fit it into your normal everyday life.
No,
you do actually have to make an effort of, have I uploaded something today? Have I provided some sort of tweet or content there otherwise?
Yes, to keep on people's minds.
Yeah, exactly. But
I guess some of my thoughts on the whole process is, the music should be first in regards to social media, then second, So
and it is thanks to the PR now that we can get to focus on that more.
Yeah.
And same with Martin as the manager, like it gives us a lot of breathing room to be able to focus on what we want to do.
And I guess working on music takes up a lot of time. And of course, when it's taking up so much time, what gets pushed aside? Only social media. So it's hard to keep on top of everything.
God, living a life that we love. You'd swear we don't like it, but we love this. We wouldn't trade it for the world. And I guess there is, on top of things that we wouldn't trade for the world and exciting things to come, April 24th.
April 24th.
Write that down. That's a 2, 4, and a TH. Write that down from
Write
April.
it down now.
Right now, when you're listening, even if you're driving, take out that phone. Take out that
Take
notepad.
out a notepad and write it down.
Because we're old school here. We're from
Put it
the
on your
90s.
forehead if you have to.
Yeah, so...
And hope to God you've got mirrors.
You're vain. Use the mirror. You're not vain. You're beautiful, by the way. We love you.
Yeah, everyone's beautiful.
So, as well as that, these are all kind of things that are coming in from an aspect that we excitedly are happy to announce. Just also keep in mind, we're doing maybe a little Irish tour run around, maybe, who knows, of some of the major kind of built up areas. Should we use the term cities, I suppose, in Ireland? That would qualify them.
Qualify them as big towns.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be hitting up a couple of places in the May-June window. Hoping to get some more music out there and to meet more of you awesome people out there and hopefully make even more friends. So keep April 24th in mind and keep some windows available during May and June.
So April 24th, keep it in the calendars, write it down, just...
Yeah, April 24th.
Keep it close by.
Probably don't know what I'm laughing about, and it's because Adrian just spoiled the entire secret of what April 24th is.
And with the power of editing, we were able to
get rid of that bit. Yeah. So it's not as funny for you, super funny for me. So I suppose with the Irish theme in mind, I keep starting that. Okay, I'm going to edit this bit out as well because I keep starting with I suppose because I have to turn. So I'm like killing time to turn to the screen to see what we're to talk about next.
But you're doing a great job, Adam, so you know.
I love how you had to say that into the microphone. Like, thank you, Adrian Rabbit, my good friend, who would never make me feel bad.
No.
Actually, funnily enough, I was watching Whiplash the other day, 2014.
Nice.
Amazing movie. First time I had seen it, and it's got give me pictures of Spider-Man in there. I can't remember the actor's name, which is such a shame, but he is fantastic. He was in it.
Tobey Maguire?
No, the actual guy who says, "Get me pictures of Spider-Man."
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yes, it is. It's the guy from the news thing that Spider-Man works for.
Yes, okay.
I can't remember his name right now, and I know there's going to be people listening going like, "You don't even like Spider-Man, do you?"
Jonah Jameson.
Thank you. Yes, Jonah Jameson. He plays the character in there. Which, Jonah, I'm so sorry if you're listening. I know that's not your real name. I don't know why I'm struggling here, but apologies that the only way I can remember you is through like my childhood memories of you being an angry news reporter. But you were amazing in that movie, very, very good, and it kind of like messes with your thing. But the reason why I brought it up was any second now it'll come to me. What were we talking about before I started? Whiplash.
Pretty much, you've got whiplash, so that's why you brought it up.
No, god damn, what was I going to talk about? I went way too much in the description of Jonah Jameson.
Jonah Jameson and really Tobey Maguire.
Really, really great movie. Can't remember why I brought up Whiplash.
Or was it like twisting your neck around like this?
So the point is I have whiplash, apparently mental whiplash right now because I am struggling.
It's okay, Adam.
Long story short, go see the movie. Really, really good movie. It's all about music and it inspires you to go do different things. I can't remember why I brought it up, and hopefully when we're talking about this next act, I'll remember, because we had the joys of being at the Collective way back when.
Yes, in the Workman's.
Yes, the end
in
of
Dublin.
Yes, our dear Angel Hennigan was having us on. Wonderful person. Thank you so much, Angel. And we met this amazing duo, and they're called KC VIK.
Mm-hmm.
The links will be in the description, but here is their song that they brought out only recently called The Boss.
You get up each and every morning to plug your treadmill in. Place your minions gently on and let that baby spin. Set the speed to accommodate your needs. Financial gain at the expense of others. Let them believe they're chasing dreams from seeds you planted to keep them counting beads on a string, beads on a string. Shovels, trowels headed out each day to build your empire tall. From the ground rising up so you can't see, the clouds are cushioning a fall. Gesticulate buzzwords, overcoming tones, obsequiously playing your role, making your workforce prevent any loss. But people keep running because they believe that someday they will get to the place promised by the boss. You get up each and every morning to plug your treadmill in. Place your minions gently on and let that
VIK.
KC VIK.
KC VIK.
So that's an actual recording of them. But I must say, live as well, they do such a tremendous job.
Oh yeah.
They're absolutely fantastic.
It's almost like you're in the room with them now when they're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, the guitarist is so good.
Yeah.
He's got that folky picking style down to like just perfection in my eyes anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you just can never hear, sometimes with the picking of strings on the guitar, especially on the acoustic guitar, there's times where like a note might come through quite dead or dull. But he has it just perfect.
I know if it's me, it's just dead or dull. It's the choice of the two. Casey, on the other hand, I presume it's Casey going on the order. I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure VIK is the girl and Casey is the guy.
Yes, I'm not quite sure.
I could be wrong. Please don't hate me.
We hate you, Adam.
Thank you, Adrian. But yes, KC VIK.
Joking.
The Boss. KC VIK, The Boss.
Yes.
Unbelievable single that they only brought out there recently. So if you love what you heard, definitely see them live because they are just as amazing and they have personality to boot.
Yep. Head on over to their socials. Check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. They're up on Spotify.
Link will be in the description. And we heard them once more at the Collective in the Workman, and it looks like the next big gig for the Collective coming up is June 13th. So if you want to hear more amazing talent like that, pop on over to the Workman in Dublin on June 13th to see the Collective. Say hi to Angel for us, and make sure to have an awesome time. We're going to introduce a new segment here at the FDL podcast. Here is Adrian's thoughts.
Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks.
All right, Adrian.
So yeah, pretty much in this segment, I like to think with my brain. So I'm going to use my brain to think.
So Adrian, I want to prompt you for your first thoughts because there's something I discovered very recently about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Cats, Adrian. How do you feel about cats?
So yeah, we've got a cat at home. Her name is Holly. And I love her. I love my cat.
That's good.
But yeah, I have this weird fetish where it's
fetish.
Sorry, actually, I take back. It's not a fetish. It's yeah, I get these thoughts into my head where it's like, you know, the way cats can only say meow. So this goes for all animals. It's like, what happens when the day comes when the cat literally turns its head 180 degrees and starts talking to us?
Right. Now, a quick question. For the cat to talk, can it only talk once it's turned its head 180 degrees?
Yeah, because it's got to be super creepy.
Okay.
It's got to be super creepy. And literally, you know, maybe stuff like, you know, silly human. I've been using you for years for food, and now it's my turn to take over. And next thing, it just jumps on you and it just claws you.
Yeah.
It's just a thought that I've had over the years.
That was Adrian's first thought. Already loving this segment. Adrian, let's go to your second thought. Recently, you rewatched Walk the Line. Yes,
I rewatched Walk the Line with my grandparents. It was their first time to see it. They're big fans of Johnny Cash. So we said one night that we'll sit down by the fire and watch Walk the Line because, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon does a fantastic job on Johnny Cash and June Carter. And, you know, practically the real deal in regards to acting as them.
And you would know quite a bit about Johnny Cash. Is it accurate, or do they kind of flare it up on the first screen? I haven't seen it, so
it's accurate. I know I've read the autobiography by Johnny Cash. I think autobiography is written by somebody else on the life
of Johnny Cash.
So I've read the autobiography. It's actually the only book I've read in the last 10 years.
Wow. It's a good book.
So I don't do a lot of reading, but I like to think. But it is accurate. Yeah, it goes from, let's say, the years of 1955 all the way to about 1968 of Johnny Cash's life. So kind of dark days. Well, actually, sorry, the days where he wrote all his songs and his music became really popular. Let's say late 50s. Walk the Line came out, Cry Cry Cry, all these big tunes. They were, of course, written by Johnny Cash, and you know, it was kind of a coincidence that they got their sound just by, yeah, it sounds fine, you know. It wasn't that they were like experts in the field of music, you know. It was just like, hey, this sounds cool, and let's just do it. And so that's what I love about Johnny Cash as well. It's super simple, but they got their great sound from just, yeah, I think it sounds fine. Yeah. Go ahead with it. But the movie is accurate, yeah. I'm not too sure I'm not overly sure if Johnny Cash did propose to June Carter on stage, like in the movie at the very end.
Oh, okay. Spoiler.
I would have, sorry, spoiler. But I would have to do my research on that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, things are accurate. Yeah, like
I only know really one story of Johnny Cash, which was the solo for. Was it Ring of Fire?
Folsom Prison.
Folsom Prison.
Yes, in the studio, yes, that actually did happen. Where, of course, they had rehearsed kind of gospel music to show up to try and get a record deal.
Right.
So they had an audition in front of a big producer, and they performed like just a gospel song that they didn't write. And, you know, I know in the movie it's very dramatic, but I know it's accurate in the sense that your man did turn around to them and said, the producer guy, and he said, you know, can you give me something else? You know, we've heard this song 20,000 times, sung in the same way with the same tone of your voice. Is there anything that, you know, you can give us that you've written yourself? And he started singing Folsom Prison, which is kind of about when Johnny Cash was in, well, he used to sing about being in prison, but he used to write like a lot of his earlier songs he wrote in Germany because he was in the army, which he was based in Germany.
Oh, wow! I did not know all of this.
So that's where like all his kind of
but
earlier
didn't
songs.
he like turn to his guitarist at one point? It's just like
so he started playing Folsom Prison. This was a song he wrote, and in audition, let's say in front of this big producer, he turns around to the guitarist that he had at the time. There was only Johnny Cash, the guitarist whose name I don't know, and the double bassist,
right?
And he just turned around to the guitarist and said, you know, play something, you know, play something or I'll murder you, you know, play something
Classic
quick.
Johnny. Yeah.
But yeah, he had such personality, you know.
God, that's wicked. So it's not many like him for sure. I think that's it's a person that should be looked at whether you're into country or not. I think that like him, Frank Sinatra, you know, and
they started such a trend.
Yeah.
And like I love any artist with great personality that you're like, wow, you know, even for example, like the Gallaghers from Oasis, I know they've fought so much, but they had such personality.
Yeah.
That was nearly a show to come and watch them fight on stage. You know, it was like it was such a joy. Like
that's really cool. So thank you very much for that, Adrian. That's your second thought. Now your third thought was actually a thing that happened to you during the week.
Yes, this week. So yeah, pretty much. Long story short, one of these bots started writing to me on Facebook as my grandmother, and I knew straight away. I was like, I thought I was always friends with my granny on Facebook, and so I went to her page. I added it, and next thing I went to the page, and it was like all it was a profile picture which was taken of my grandmother, and I was like, okay, something's not right because there's two pages belonging to my granny
now. Yeah.
So next thing I got this really weird message, and it was like, hello, how are you doing? And I just wrote back. I now at this point I knew it was a bot.
Yeah.
So I just said, how's my granny? The bot wrote back, we're all doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Hope all is well with you. I also have great news to share with you. Guess what? With a question mark. Now, I will say my grandmother has never attended school, and she spelled everything perfect. So it was such a surprise to me to say, you know, if I was to actually buy into this, that would have already not sold it because, you know, there would have had to been so many spelling errors, and you know, I don't even know if she knows what a question mark is. So I said back to this bot, what would that be, my sweet grandmother in whom I love? News? Question mark. Dearest, share the news. So the bot wrote back, I was just wondering, maybe you have heard about the Community Development Block Grant yet? And I was like, huh, okay. Definitely not my grandmother. There's no way she'd know how to spell any of them words. So, sorry, I'm slating my granny here, but I don't think she'll ever listen to this podcast. Hopefully not.
Probably not.
I wrote back really sarcastically, holy cows on your farm, granny, yes. What is that? How do I instantly sign up for this?
Can I verify for the people at home, she does own a farm.
She owns a farm.
So the cows on a farm is an accurate description.
So the bot wrote back, it's a government program and they are giving out free cash to help people, both the working and retired. I applied and got 100,000 cash from them and I don't have to pay it back. So I was wondering, would you be interested in signing up as well? And I was like, holy cows on your farm, granny. Holy sheep. Holy sheep.
Holy sheep.
I was like, I said back to the bot, I was like, oh my God, granny, surely you reported this to the government that there's a weird Sasquatch appearing on your farm. But yes, sign me up. 100k cash. Granny, why didn't you call me and tell me this magnificent news? I mean, this is brilliant. So the bot wrote back, yes, and they told me to get a grant. Completely sidelining what I just said.
The Sasquatch.
The Sasquatch, by the way. Should I forward you the agent link so that you can apply for this grant? So I just wrote back to the bot, so you told them about the Sasquatch, yeah? And this is where whoever was typing back to me, their English started to get more poor. So I was kind of like, maybe might be granny. So they wrote back, no, I don't, Adrian. And I said, you're not making much sense anymore. Did you or did you not report that bare figure appearing on the farm and wrecking all the sheep? And I just said, this needs to be put to a stop. So after a while of much negotiation, they eventually deleted the page. They never sent on a link. No, I was never going to click a link or,
of course,
I guess, ever apply for a grant that gives you 100,000 cash and never have to pay it back for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, where's that coming from?
So I guess moral of this story is be careful. These bots are using pages of friends and family.
Now, have fun with them. Don't make it easy
have
for
fun,
them.
yeah.
Have some fun.
Have fun.
But be sensible. This is a public service announcement on behalf of Adrian's Thoughts. And with that has been Adrian's Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed.
Rubbing sticks and stones together make the sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you is getting so
How'd I do, Adam?
Just going to stop it right there. I thought that was really good, Adrian. That was really good.
Thanks.
Your first afternoon delight with Adrian, or Adrian's Thoughts, was very good.
And we hope you all enjoyed.
We want to let the listeners at home decide what corner you might like that to be called. Would you like it to be called Adrian's Thoughts, Adrian's Afternoon Delight, or Some Afternoon Delight with Adrian? Whatever you think. Yeah. So from there, we're going to move on to the rest of this podcast. We're going to get nice and straight on it. Thank you once again, Adrian, for your thoughts.
Thanks.
So just last Thursday, which would have been, what date would that have been? The
27th of February.
27th of February. We played at the Purple Sessions in the Bulls of Slane. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Jerry for having us. And we got to meet a lot of awesome talent there. And one particular person we got to meet was a gentleman by the name of Brian McGrane. And he is a part of a Celtic group that tours America. He was only back from Florida, I think it was, a few weeks. And he's going back there again in May or June, I believe it was. And really, really nice guy. Oh my God. I knew he was good when he offered us chocolate. When somebody else can offer a stranger chocolate, you know you're dealing with a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the pleasure of hearing him play 4 or 5 songs, and they were really, really nice. So we're going to play you one of his songs now on his Spotify, and it's called When We Were Young.
We were friends, we were brothers. We really all were the same. All we wanted was to be loved. All we wanted was a safe place. We were close, we were young. We kicked ball in the heavy rain. You said you'd never leave us. We drift apart, we buy new cars, and then we start a new home of our own. missing parts with broken hearts when all we wanted was to be young, just to be loved. The kitchen, mama's the radio on, with the clothes hung up and the shoes all shone. That's when we were young, wishing to hear my favorite song. Bus rolls up and we start to run. That's when we were young. That's when we were young. In the back of the school bus, that's where we were brave. There was more than just two of us, and we were more than just nicknames. Stood shoulder to shoulder in a yearbook photograph. You said you'd never leave us. We drift apart, we buy new cars, and then we start a new home of our own. Missing parts, broken hearts, when all we wanted was to be young, just to be loved. In the kitchen, mama's the radio on, with the clothes hung up and the shoes all shone. That's when we were young, wishing to hear my favorite song. As the bus rolls up and we start to run. That's when we were young. Oh, that's when we were young. And I know we all got our own free, and I know we all got things to see, places to be, but I feel like I'm running out of time. All those years, all those tears, goodbye. In the morning, mama, the radio on, clothes hung up and the shoes are shone. That's when we were young, wishing to hear my favorite song. As the bus rolls up, we start to run. That's when we were young. In the kitchen, mama's the radio on, the clothes hung up and the shoes all shone. That's when we were young, wishing to hear my favorite song. As the bus rolls up and we start to run. That's when we were young. 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 Oh, that's when we were young.
Brian McGrane, When We Were
McGrane.
Young.
That's when we were young.
Lovely song, Brian. Very, very nice. And again, lovely guy.
Yeah, really nice guy.
nice guy. It was the Celtic Tenors was who he was traveling with.
Oh, yes,
Which is very well recognized, particularly in the American side of things, banned for touring and stuff like that. So we wish him all the success, continuing to grow. So Brian McGrane, by the way, and KC VIK are based in Ireland. They're the Irish musicians that we wanted to play for you guys now, and we will always be trying to play a lot of the Irish talent and a lot of the Irish indie scene and things like that, as well as artists that we've just discovered that we think deserve some sort of attention or honorable mention. And if you have any work that you would like us to hear, read, or otherwise, just if you'd like a second opinion, send your work to thefdlpodcast@gmail.com. That's
thefdlpodcast@gmail.com.
all the links for the musicians will be in the description. And we're going to start finishing up this podcast. As we were just saying how
Yes.
there was an introduction that I recently found of a particular artist on YouTube, because YouTube would be my main platform for discovering music and things like
Yeah,
that.
same as.
I wouldn't use Spotify as much as I really should, but I just think that YouTube is a really nice platform because you kind of, it's all there. You know,
Yeah, it's all
visuals, if there are any visuals to represent your work, it's all there. So to wrap up, April 24th, keep that date in mind. We're also going to be looking to be playing around a few of the major cities in Ireland between
around
May and June.
May or June.
All of these dates and secrets will be revealed very, very shortly. But we're very, very excited to be bringing you some new work, some new music, some new content. If you have any opinion on them at all whatsoever, do let us know your thoughts and opinions in any comment section that you may be able to get your beautiful fingers on. And Adrian, I introduce you to this gentleman here. What do you think of him? Honest opinion.
I think he's very, very talented.
Do you think?
Yes. I mean, he's fantastic. It seems like it's all improv. Well, some of it is improv. I'm sure he has a rough idea before looping what he's doing or whatever. But, he has it mastered to, he's got it mastered, what he does. But Adam, do explain more.
I've had the pleasure of discovering an artist on YouTube, and his name is called Marc Rebillet. Not at all spelt how you would think it is. The link will be in the description if you want to find out more of him. We're going to play a little segment of him to finish off because it's just such a feel-good thing. But I have watched his live performances in Amsterdam and different shows, and he's just such a performer. He'll take suggestions from the crowd. He'll talk to them. He'll get real intimate. He is very out there, super adult kind of guy in the sense like he will come out on a bathrobe and he'll strip during his gigs, and he's just so, there's something so raw about him that you just can't help but love. So
it's creative,
it is very creative,
original, and he's doing what he loves.
Exactly. And I think that it says a lot when you can do all of these things. So what you're about to hear is just him doing everything. He's using a loop machine, his keyboard, and his special effects connected through his laptop and stuff used on his keys, like in a MIDI sense. And he just is pure entertaining. He's dancing in his underwear in a hotel room, so I don't know how exactly he got away with this, but he did. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the FDL podcast.
Yes,
I've been Adam.
And I've been Adrian.
Question mark.
And I had thoughts.
Yes, you did. We're definitely doing more of that.
Thanks so much for listening, and we really do hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
And with that, here is Marc Rebillet.
I feel so alive.
And now I'm feeling it. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. Now I'm feeling with your body, baby. I feel so alive. Feeling alive, I'm feeling the vibe. I feel still. Feel the body with your body when you rock it up and down, baby. I'm feeling it, we got the attitude. We got a glass of wine. I said cheers, baby, cheers. Time to celebrate the chill time. I'm feeling myself tonight. I'm gonna party all night, gonna party in the morning. I'm gonna feel it every night. Do the shit, man. I'm feeling the vibe. I said I'm feeling it. I feel so alive.